Okay, today we are playing a game on Junkertown and on Blizzard World. We are playing Brigitte the entire way through, and you might guess from the fact that we're playing a game on two different maps is that this is actually two quick play games that have been stapled together, so that it comes out to be roughly equivalent to a competitive game, but, you know, it's quick play. And also, because it's quick play, we don't care about our team because, you know how it is. You know how quick play be. There's not much point worrying about it because, in all likelihood, you've got two snipers and a May, you know, that's how it usually goes. So, what I was able to infer from watching this earlier was that we're a little bit suicidally over-aggressive, but because it's quick play, we don't really get like, we should be dead right now. This should be death, really. Like, we're standing out here. We've just walked through Reinhardt's shield in front of the entire enemy team. We got a little itty-bitty shield. We're purple. We should die. Like, right here. We don't die. You know, because... despite them May's trying very hard, bless her heart, but, her team comp's really bad, and she's really bad also. You know how it is. So, like, we go fucking in, though. And to be fair, it does feel really good to hit them with the flail, so I certainly understand, but fuck do we go really hard. Managed to not interrupt Mercy, which is unfortunate. I do question the attempt of the flail on Zarya when Mercy's right there, because I'd rather kill Mercy, you know, that's just kind of how I am. I also noticed that we throw the flail out when basically, like, every opportunity given. Like, us pushing Zarya away right here is only really helpful to Zarya, right? Like, this is in no way beneficial to us. Yes, the flail does do a fair bit of damage, but it's also a knockback, so you kind of don't want, like, you don't want to use the rocket flail unless it's going to kill them, or you're trying to push the person away, because usually if you want to kill somebody, knocking them away is counterintuitive. So we've been nano boosted, so we're going fucking in right now. And heartbreakingly, we don't actually kill this Mercy. Here's the plan, right? Here's what I saw. I was like, so May appears, we get put back up, shield bash the May, rocket flail the Mercy, or I guess just hit the rocket flail instead of missing. That would have probably also worked. We don't get out of this one. As shocking as that might be, somehow we don't slip away with that one. They did capture the checkpoint behind us, though, so, you know, it's all good. It's all good in the end. We got nano boosted. What are you supposed to do, right? You have to go fucking in, even if you're playing Mercy. If you get nano boosted, you better pull out that pistol and start running fucking forward. So, fights happened over here. People are largely dead by the time we arrive, and we get to help finish some people off. We keep going forward while we're low health as well. Brigitte's not actually a tank, so you gotta be careful about going, like, really into the enemy team. Granted, she's quite survivable. Here comes the tire. Ow. If there's one thing Brigitte can't do, it's really defend against the tire very well, unless you hit, like, the sickest rocket flail shield bash of them in the world. You can block it, I suppose, with the shield, right? Well, maybe you can find a way past the shield, though, with the explosion. I don't know how all the interactions with Brigitte work just yet, on account of her not really being in the game yet. So, Reinhardt's just been nano-boosted. Look, we haven't seen him use it in a while. In fact, I don't think we've seen him use it at all, and, we get hit by it, so... If he's gonna use it, it's gonna be when he gets nano-boosted. It doesn't go under Brigitte's shield, right? Like, Brigitte's shield does actually, like, touch the ground and block it, right? I don't know all the interactions yet. I would hope that she blocks it. So as we can see there, Reinhardt's going fucking in right now. It didn't really put the armor on the one that needed it the most. You you know, we can see who's critical. It's not May. Yeah, May's the one who's, like, closer, but Anna's the one who's in critical, you know? So she's probably more deserving of the armor pack than May was. So here, positioning. Think about where May is gonna go, right? Because this happens. So when you're trying to bully May out of her frost or cryo freeze, you got to think about which way is May gonna go. May's gonna go that way because that's safety, right? So you want to be over here because then, even if she walls you, you are with her, right? Like, she either walls you off and is still facing the rest of the danger, or she walls off the rest of the danger and you just get to keep hitting her. You gotta think about where May is gonna go. If you can't just punish May through the, by, like, getting her as soon as she comes out of the cryo freeze. Almost said on Wake Up, which, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Ball, Fighters, so, I was just like, on Wake Up. No, that's, you know, that's technically true, but not quite. So, so, look, he's got it again, right? Like, he's got it again. He doesn't hit us this time, though, so that's cool. Now, he is, however, going to charge after doing that. Bash this boy. Shield bash that boy, rather. Don't just bash him, shield bash him, right? Because if I have this interaction correct, you get pinned, but you also stun Reinhardt, so with the knockback, so it takes you out of the pin. I believe that's how it interacts. I'm pretty sure we see it in this game. Because I'm pretty sure I went like, what the fuck, when it happened. I don't really remember very much when I watch these things ahead of time. I'm just like, we won, great. Or, oh, we lost, that's sad. So, you know, we're going pretty fucking in again. They nerfed the charge, right, on this? Yeah, because it charged mad fast on the PTR, and then they nerfed it. I was like, we should just... I was gonna go until... I was like, oh, Moira, use it as often as possible. It doesn't charge quite that fast. The cool thing about... Rally, though, is that you can actually activate it while you're holding your shield up. So, you know, again, we're going in while we're almost dead. And granted, we've got some armor in there right now, but, like... This is just common practice for all heroes. If you're low health, you don't want to keep going in. Now, to be fair, this is also a quick play game, so probably not thinking too hard about how hard we're going, because we go really fucking hard when we're playing quick play. But, when you're like half health, typically you don't want to keep going in. That's the point where you start going out, so that you can heal. So now we gotta wait for our team to regroup. Anna's up to some shit right now, up there, it looks like. Basically, we just want to try and hit people, you know? right now, we just want to try and poke and hit people. So, again, we go, like, really fucking in to the enemy team, which, oh, here we go. Here's the thing. Yeah. We get pinned, but we stun it. This isn't, like, fucked up because of the bubble. No, the bubble falls off and right at the end, yeah. It's a weird way to reconcile it, but basically it's just Reinhardt gets fucked. Because he comes out of the trade worse than Brigitte does. You know, and, I was gonna say, I mean, Brigitte kind of fucks Reinhardt in general, but then Brigitte also works well with Reinhardt, so in the end, it probably evens out to be pretty neutral on her impact on Reinhardt. Oh no, Reinhardt's the worst hero, he's the worst tank in the game. Oh, is he? That's news to me. This was very much the case not that long ago, but the game has sort of evened out a bit since Mercy stopped being ridiculously overpowered, you know? Finally, you know, it took us like a year and a half to get there, but we got there in the end. We finally figured out how to balance Mercy. And who would have guessed it was to basically remove Resurrect? Wow, I never would have guessed. Anyway, so we, you know, the cool thing about Rally is the armor doesn't degrade, so we're just walking around at 385 health right now. That's cool, isn't it? That's That's one thing to say about just using rally as quickly as possible. The armor doesn't degrade, right? Like, it has to actually get taken off of you. Junkrat, you know, you gotta be careful when you're going into a Junkrat, because Junkrat does a lot of damage. I know, this is an incredible revelation, I'm sure. So they're still fighting. We've just heard Activision-Blizzard, so they're not going to win that fight. That's just how that is, and as we can see, they've in fact lost that fight. The armor pack is so good, though. Like, it's a... I have wanted for quite a while a hero that just does a big spike heal, and we finally have it. Anna kinda does, but, like, we shouldn't be going in right now. Our team are not back yet. That's alright, we can just hover around the health kit until it eventually reappears. We should not have done that. We should have died for that and just been massively staggered, but, you know... And then, you know, we just keep going in. We just keep going in. We've got very little in the way of self-preservation instincts. We just want to hit people with our flail. And to be fair, I understand. I'm still, to this day, waiting to hit people with the flail. But Blizzard just won't put Brigitte in the game for some reason. This is the like, okay, you know, when they were teasing Sombra over a period of, like, 5 years... that was a very frustrating hero preview to release window. Brigitte is so very much worse, because she's in the game, but not really. Oh, she's gonna go through the usual, like, week-long wait period. No. Next season. Oh, great, fantastic. Thank you, Blizzard. To be fair, people were complaining that people were picking the new hero in competitive with no experience, and so people were complaining about that. So they're like, okay, we'll increase the wait period to the rest of the season, and now people are upset about that. So I've no doubt that Daddy Jeff is sitting there like, well, what the fuck do you people want? But here's the problem, right? This in no way will fix the issue of people picking Brigitte in competitive and being bad, because they've only gotten to practice her in quick play and deathmatch, so they haven't actually learned how to play Brigitte, have they? Because quick play and deathmatch are not representative of competitive, so... Which is also why a lot of those stats that Jeff would throw around sometimes are very frustrating, because often he would base it on the quick play statistics, because that's what the majority of the community plays, but it is so very different from competitive, right? Like, quick play means fuck and all, basically, because what exactly do you learn when your team is 2 snipers and a Mei and the enemy team is 2 snipers and a Mei, and you have no tanks or healers? What do you learn, really? You don't learn anything, do you? You learn sort of how to aim your weapon, I guess, but even then, you're still playing your hero under vastly different circumstances. Like, you can't even navigate the map in quick play the same way you would in competitive, because there are just more ludicrous things happening that you have to pay attention to. Like most competitive games, you don't have to worry about being sniped by 2 snipers and also have to worry about being close to Mei, unless the enemy team is throwing, in which case they've got their own issues to worry about. So you don't even get to navigate the map properly in quick play, because oh, quick play is such a waste of time. So we bully this Tracer real good, and she's like, fine, alright, message received, I'll come back another time. So they also have Brigitte, again, we're half health. Don't keep swinging. Don't keep swinging when you're half health. This is just good advice for all heroes in the video game. When you are half health, you should probably start playing more passively until you are no longer half health. Because when you are half health, you are very easy to kill, oddly enough. You know, if I repeat this a good, like, 8 or 9 more times, I might eventually get tired of repeating myself. No, but no. There's nothing I love more. Concise and salient points? No. Repeating yourself endlessly for 5 minutes. Maybe we can throw in a good, maybe we can call someone a stupid cunt by the end of it as well. That's like the perfect video right there. Perfect. So, they're sort of coming at us from 2 different locations right now, and it's very inconvenient, but some of them are dead now, so it's less inconvenient. Brigitte, honestly not that bad against Farah, because Rocket Flail's got quite a long range on it, and it's a relatively quick projectile. Plus big. So Reinhardt's dead. We can pretend we're Reinhardt now, which is like what Brigitte likes to do, right? She likes to stand in the mirror, pretending to be Reinhardt. Oh no, we got shot in the face. Again, we're 64 hit points. Granted, we probably do want to proc the heal more than anything else off of the Rocket Flail in that situation, but you gotta be real careful what you're doing when you're walking around at 64 hit points, because that's just anything hits you and you die, basically, at that point. There's health kits, you know, you can go get some health kits. Bridget's a relatively fast hero because of Shield Bash being such a low cooldown, and you can, like, hop at the end of Shield Bash to, like, preserve the momentum and jump further. I find it really odd that they decided to remove the shield jump, because they didn't take Fade Jump out. Somebody else can do it, right? Somebody else can do, like, a variant, I'm pretty sure, though it's not really a thing. But regardless, they didn't take Fade Jumping out. So I'm curious as to why they took Shield Jumping out, because I don't see how Brigitte being able to Shield Jump is worse than Moira being able to Fade Jump, because okay, so Brigitte shield jumps up onto the high ground and then is like, I have a flail. I guess I'll come back down now. Like, Moira has a 15-meter right click, right? You know. The left click is also pretty close to that. I believe it's... Hold on. Her left click is the same as Mercy's left click range. I just don't remember what that is exactly. So we're going to do some research right now. Fox News, please do pay attention. This is how it's done. Not grasp. Yeah, 15 meters. Right, that's the heal. Yeah, so she's got some it doesn't feel like the left click, the healing is 15 meters, does it? But it is, apparently. The numbers tell us this. So, I really... You know, it's great that they're they're making it so that Moira's, like, ult and everything are more transparent when you're close, so you can actually see what you're fucking doing. But I wish that her healing gave better feedback, because it's very hard to tell if you're actually healing somebody. That's honestly one of the harder things to learn about Moira, is how long her left click range is, because it's so hard to tell if somebody's in it. Basically, you have to listen for the ticking sound, which is of no use to me, because I don't listen to the video game when I'm playing, because I like to listen to music, but there's no point having music on if it's not loud enough to cause me hearing problems later in life. So I've been talking about a bunch of other bullshit this entire time, so I've sort of glossed over this entire fight by not talking about the fight at all, which is about as glossed over as it could possibly be. Be less suicidal. That's probably, based off of everything else up to this point, good advice. So, now unfortunately, the armor on the health kit does degrade. Well, it doesn't degrade, it just outright disappears when the cooldown is up. And it's a reasonably long cooldown. You know, a spike heal you kind of want to have access to, so you don't really want to just throw it on people randomly. You know, you want to be relatively deliberate with it. Unless, you know, if somebody's getting fucking murdered, that's fair enough, but just kind of like throwing it at somebody when things are neutral is, like, not helpful, really. So we have Rally. We could just use Rally to give everybody a bunch of armor, but that's probably not the best use of company resources, right? This is going to be the problem I have, where I'm going to be sitting around with my ultimate and nothing's going to be happening. I'm going to be like, everybody let's have some armor. So we died when we used Rally, apparently. How did this happen? This is worth going back and evaluating instead of just talking about other bullshit. Yeah, we got Earth Shattered right as we used Rally. You can use Rally while your shield is up, so realistically to me, there seems to be little reason to not use it without the shield up. right? I guess if you're really into your swinging. But if I can block while I'm using when I start up the ultimate, it seems like that's probably a relatively safe decision to make. So, unfortunately, Brigitte's shield isn't that large, so things like that kind of just still kill you anyway. So as we can see, we're having some problems defending this checkpoint. We've got a Doomfist on our team. You know how it be. Granted, Doomfist did kill a few people a few seconds ago, but he's still playing Doomfist, right? One day he'll be a good hero. So we're too far up, and we died. We should die for that. We were too far up. Our team is respawning right now, so we shouldn't be that far up yet. Now, we are staggered, and staggering is already bad. This is quick play. People are looking to stagger themselves. They'd love nothing more than to be staggered, in fact, and we're just going to make it worse. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Don't go hopping into it. Just get out. Just leave, you know? Now, Brigitte, there's nothing you can do about Barrage except just try and get away from it, basically. Unless the Pharah is low enough that you can shield bash her. But this strikes me as being a very edge case situation, really. So, you know, we staggered ourselves that one time, and as a result, we haven't really gotten to interact with this checkpoint the entire time, because we've just come out to immediately die every time, which is not great. As it would happen. Generally, we like to be able to interact with the video game while the enemy team is doing something. This is why not dying is an important aspect of the video game. I know that's probably a startling revelation, but when you're dead, you can't do anything. So reducing your time spent dead increases this time you spend doing things in the game, which increases your chances of winning the game because you have spent more time interacting with the game. It's a very, very high-end concept, I know. So, I've literally never seen that card. Like, I guess I knew it had to exist, but I've literally never seen that Doomfist card before. Absolutely incredible. I guess, obviously, he's got an alt card, right? But I've actually never seen it. It's incredible. Today, I learned something. So the moral of the story is, don't be so suicidally aggressive, because you're not actually a tank. You're actually just like a beefy support, which does not equate to a tank, and you need to be relatively restrained, because you dying is still bad, as it turns out. I know. We went over that in depth a few minutes ago, though, so we won't go over it again. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.